I mean, how do you use HSIs yourself personally? I mean, you have enough already, and now you're mostly filling in the ladder, or because I know you have to go soon. But how you? I mean, what do you? I mean, what like in terms of like, are you looking? I mean, are you looking for more HSIs, or like what are you trying to do with the whole Hedron side?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I use them more these days. I think I make more of them now because I've kind of got some bags set that,
Gotcha.
my bigger bags, and I'm like, good, that's my native stakes. And then HSIs are kind of my play on, okay, do I want to have them to, because, they can appreciate, I can put them on OpenSea or whatever later, or secondary markets, I can get
Mintra.
ICOSA from them. Yeah, I can get ICOSA from them if I need it, although ICOSA is very volatile, and there's a ceiling price and stuff that a lot of people, if you make it to HSI today, be careful because it's not like you're going to trade in the next day to get all that money back through ICOSA. It doesn't quite work that way. There's plenty of videos to watch. Cryptographics has some good stuff on that.
Yeah.
So, but HSIs, I think if they're not I mean, what I do at least, if they're not my retirement bags, if they're not my something that I want to hold on to no matter what for 5, 10, 15 years, then every other stake, I'm pretty comfortable making HSIs because, hey, I'm not gonna be able to shoot myself in the foot. I can trade them. I can, sell them if I want to. I can recycle them, all that. So I think if they're not your must hang on to no matter what bags, why not make an HSI? That's why I look at it.
Got you. Yeah, I mean, it's a great, and then you get a little Hedron on top of that as well, and you still have it if you decide to,
Yeah,
borrow on it and stuff. Yeah, interesting.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I like the whole system. I mean, shut up. I like Hedron a lot. It's really cool. It's a really cool ecosystem. And let me see, where the hell is Hedron at today? I don't even know the price right now. Let's see.
Alex is phenomenal. I mean, this guy is he's one of if not the most, one of the most valuable people in our entire ecosystem. He's building products that have positive price feedback loops. He's building data centers. He may be building pulse chain validators, plug and play type stuff.
Yeah, he
I
was
think he's
kind of.
going to fork Rocket Pool. I mean, this
Yep.
guy is
Yep.
he's a hero.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of a lot of cool stuff. He's like, yeah. So right now the price of Hedron's at 26 right now. Um, Pretty good price. I mean, it really hasn't pumped compared to what, like, I think this one's setting up to do a really big move, um, in the next 2 3 months and stuff. It's going to be one of the tokens that's going to do very well for the snapshot as well. So now, would I recommend having like most of your bag in Hedron versus Hex? No, right? But I think an allocation into Hedron, even at these prices, is very. I think it's a decent idea. It really is. Like I was banging the drums at 18. So right now, I don't like saying all the zeros because it just sounds bad on camera. So five zeros in the 18, or the five zeros in the 26. So from this head, it's because its all time lowest I think was 2 or 3 basically. And so from here, right, if the price keeps going higher, let's just say it goes to 200, so I'll just say like, oh, let's just say it does a 10x. I'll say it's 260 right now. That's how I'm. That's what I'm trying to, until eventually get to the point where like it's a penny, it's half a, it's 10% when we can start getting into some. We used to do this with Hex a lot of the times when it was fractions of pennies, where like it was so hard to say it on camera. Sometimes it was just like, yeah, so it's like 1% of a penny right now. It's like what? What does that mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, that was crazy. I remember when it was trading on Bidesk
yeah,
for like 1 Satoshi, 2 Satoshi,
yeah.
and I remember looking at the screen being like, "Is this thing ever? Are we ever going to hit 3 Satoshi?" Like I was like, "Is it ever going to get to
is
3 Satoshi?
it ever gonna
Should I
hit three
start?
Satoshi?
Should I start trading on the Ethereum pair? Like, am I just in the wrong window right now? Like, what is going on? How like?" And then watch the live stream with Richard. He's like, "Well, things are going fine," and I'm like, "Richard, do you understand that it's at 2 Satoshis right now? Like, do something." That was me like 5 years ago, or however long, 4 years ago. So I did not believe in Richard nearly as much until Hex started, price started going up, and I thought, wow, that was validation. You know how to design a product. That's when Pulse Chain launched. I was like, dude, let me in. If that thing hits a penny, if Pulse Chain ever hits a penny, if PulseX ever hits a penny, if Hedron ever hits a penny, I think we're all rich at that point.
I've said this before, and I've said this multiple times. You are already wealthy, and you don't know it. It's just a fact. Like you hold long enough, and you hold tokens that survive. But like I mean, it's very likely. Like, look, this cycle we're probably looking at $8,000 to $12,000 Ethereum, probably a little higher, but in that zone right there, just responsibly, right? But I've done the math before, right? I think I did the math. If Bitcoin's $1 million one day, right? Let's just say Bitcoin 10 years from now is lazily at $1 million, and we're like, oh, this thing's in pumping. It's only moved 50,000 this year. Oh my god, and Bitcoin's lame. we've done the math already. If it's tit for tat, that would put Ethereum at like $64,000 per ETH.
Wow.
$64,000 Ethereum. That's not including any bonuses from being ETH 2.0 and having more locked up supply and having less sell pressure and most people staking their coins and da 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 da. So it could,
Vitalik go to Disneyland.
yeah, Vitalik going to Disneyland and stuff. Um, there's that whole joke with Vitalik. Basically, he's talking to what's called Tom Brady's chick. On the date.
Giselle,
yeah. There's a whole
Yeah.
joke that Giselle was actually the one there on a date with him because people saw him on a date and people were like, "No, it's over, you guys. It's fucking over."
Oh wow.
He's into girls now. It's over. But no. But actually, like, if you actually seen like picture of Vitalik's dad, he's like a Chad, bro. He's legitimately Chad. Like,
Wow.
go look at Vitalik's dad. Dude's a giga Chad.
I'm gonna have to. I mean, I believe it. I mean, Vitalik, for in one way or another, is a Giga Chad. I mean, maybe not all aspects of his, everything, but he's I don't know. I've seen a lot of pictures, so there's a lot of lot of funny ones.
Yeah, Vitalik is slaying out here, man. Yeah, I think he likes him the Asian varieties. That's all I'll
Saw
say.
that picture.
Oh yeah. I've only seen him around like of the Asian persuasion. That's all I've seen.
Well, I think that, I mean, that could be, I always assumed that was an anime thing. He
Right.
probably is into that. You saw him on the cliff where he's wearing the purple unicorn thing. And
Right.
I always like to put that in front of Richard. I put him and Richard, like, I like that outfit. And I always compare that with Richard's, amazing Gucci outfits and stuff. And that's a great thumbnail, by the way. That's a fun one.
Right. So shoot, I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about? We just started talking about
64K Ethereum.
yeah 60 yeah so thank you. Yeah, so we're at we got $1 million Bitcoin next 10 years, right? Maybe in 2033, something like that, right? And we're just like, oh, this Bitcoin thing doesn't move, it's so lame, oh my god. You have 60, it's more than likely we're probably at $100,000 Ethereum. That's more than likely, but the range is basically 64,000 to about like $103,000 Ethereum. If Ethereum's still in the same
Wow.
place, imagine everything else. That means everything else is doing a 30 to 40x minimum. And we're just like, this shit just sucks. The community's just so poor right now. It's like, I don't know what to do right now. I mean, like, the crypto market, I think it's dead, you guys. It's over. Just the market alone just being worth trillions and trillions of dollars. I mean, like that. Like, I think if I remember right, every $50,000 on Bitcoin price is $1 trillion. Is $1 trillion of market cap for Bitcoin. So that put us what, $20 trillion. The whole crypto industry right now is barely $1 trillion. So at that point, we'd have a $20 trillion Bitcoin market cap. We'd probably end up having like 80% of that market cap on Ethereum as well and stuff. So we'd probably either be at 10 to $15 trillion on Ethereum. So we're at that point already. We're already at 35 to $40 trillion market cap, just Bitcoin and Ethereum alone. Not even talking about Pulse Chain, Hex, everything else. Like, bro, racks on racks.